Hello and welcome to Terraria. My name's Todd, also known as Magic, and this is of course Terraria. Last time we left off getting killed by Queen Bee. This time, hopefully things will go a little bit different. Now, I've prepared a couple things in advance. Big thing being is I've got some platinum and some chain on me right now, and that I'm going to use to make a platinum watch. And I'm just going to carry that around with me. The reason I want to have a platinum watch on me is because I can tell what time it is, and knowing what time it is important, because it'll allow us to know when nighttime falls. I believe nighttime falls around, what is it, 4 p.m. or something like that? It's like, no, maybe it's like 7 p.m. But as you can see, Terraria time moves much faster than actual time. I also prepared a bunch of potion ingredients for us. So I prepared a bunch of bottles, a bunch of different plants. Of course, all of these we can just get normally. I just went around and collected a bunch of them so that I could make more potions. And the reason for this being is because when we go to fight Skeletron this time around, I want all of the potions. So, swiftness, we need blinkroot and cactus, so we need cactus. Give me my cactus. Let me take out my iron skin and my regenerations, because I don't think I need those. Or to make any more of those at the moment. Let's see. So, I need to make swiftness. We'll make 5 to start. I'm also going to make some mana regeneration. Again, 5 to start. Some magic power, 5 to start. I thought I would have had more than that, but I think that might actually be everything. Let me see. I'll make a couple more regeneration potions. Now, I'm not going to use a bunch of my materials just yet. For the sheer reason that when we get an alchemy table later on from the dungeon, we won't have to worry about it. Let me see, is there anything else I can do at this moment? I can take a look to see if any of my stuff would be better for fighting him. Oh, I do have an aglet. I do have a bunch of aglets, actually. That's kind of nice. Band of star power. We'll take our band of star power and we'll throw it in there. Not saying that we'll ever use it right now, but might as well just have it around with us. Where is... it's over there. I could take this stuff to build a house and put the dryad over there. You know what, why not? Let's do that. Have some wood. Have an old crafting table. Ooh, I can use living wood. That makes more sense, honestly, especially for the dryad. So we'll take all this stuff. Is there anything else I need? I don't think so. Actually, we'll use the living wood chair, but we'll use the crafting table just because that'll allow me to craft a wall while I'm over there. I'll gather some wood as we're going along. That'll give me something to do. This episode, of course, we are just fighting Skeletron. Nothing super important. But we do have to get him down eventually. And I'm hoping this will be the episode, because I've got lots more buffs now. I'm hoping with just the swiftness alone we'll have enough mobility thanks to my dash and my boots. I could, of course, have the lightning boots at this point if I had an anklet of the wind, but I do not have an anklet of the wind. So we'll just have to wait and see if I've gotten enough mobility yet, which I think I do. I think I definitely do. I can get over most of this stuff with ease, as you can see, and I have quite good control over it. Of course, we'll still take fall damage, and as you just did. Do I want to put the druid or the nurse? So one way to deal with bosses is to either use the druid or to use the nurse. The druid gives you like a defense buff or some sort of buff, and the nurse allows you to heal, of course. So her being around is pretty much required for certain things, and just having her around means that you're pretty much invincible as long as you've got money, which we do. It might be better to have the nurse. I might be able to get like a clutch heal out if I need it. He didn't really kill me in one go, so maybe that really is the best option. There was never a situation where he just flat out killed me without any like prior damage. He just doesn't do that much damage, but he is still a big threat, so I'm definitely going to have to take him seriously this time around, as I don't want to waste a whole bunch of resources trying to fight Skeletron of all things. I feel like I should be able to take him down at this point. So for her house, let's build it on this side over here. Oh, that's a meteorite. I forgot about that. We'll still build it right here. Let me just kill that. We'll build it right along here. 3, 4, 5, 6. I forget how long this needs to be. I know it needs to be big enough to house both a table and a chair. And I do know it also requires just a certain size, but I don't remember what that is. So we're just going to count this as good enough. Dang it, meteor heads. A door. We'll open that up. Kill all his meteor heads. Create a bunch of wall here. Just fill it full of walls. Dang. Of course the meteor heads had to spawn directly next to the dungeon. Of course they did. It's a really bad placement for them. Honestly, it's the worst, and I don't like it. But sometimes you just gotta deal with it. Oh, I need a light source in there. Okay, I understand it's missing a light source, but I can't put one down if the bloody thing. There we go. Okay. So now that we've done that, we've designated that that's the nurse's house. We just want to move away from it. She will spawn back inside of it, hopefully. Maybe we have to get a little bit farther away. I'm hoping she will spawn inside of it at some point. Typically, if an NPC is too far away from their house, the game will just automatically teleport them to their house. So I'm hoping that that's what it does. But it doesn't seem to want to do that. Okay, but that was the nighttime music, so I'm just going to start this fight because I'm going to need... Oh, I thought that was the nighttime music. Maybe it's not. Then let me get as far away as possible for just a quick moment. I know it's like sometime around this time, I think it is, and then if I remember correctly, morning is like sometime around 4 o'clock. Okay, she is in the house. I repeat, she is in the house. The lady has arrived. Let me buff up first hand. Curse. Okay. So, of course, the major things being dodge those hands. And kill the hands, of course, as well. Oh no, that is the worst thing that could have happened. That was the worst thing that could have happened to us, and I don't know how it happened. That's really rare for that to happen. That pisses me off. It's really rare for you to get trapped inside of his head. A lot of the time you'll be bounced outside of it, and that won't happen. That was just a massively unfortunate coincidence. That's really unfortunate. I'm gonna try and get back over there and try and start it up again. I still definitely have enough time to fight him and kill him. unfortunate. I'm going to take the cloud in the bottle off and use just the jet boots. Let's see, do I want to use the band of star power? I guess it doesn't really matter. None of them really actually give me damage. Okay, zombie. Bloody demon eyes. I was hoping to not land in the water. Of course, water in a frozen biome just slows you down massively. I should probably just make a bridge over that at some point, just to prevent that from happening. I also need to make sure to use my Shield of Cthulhu a bit better. I think what might have been happening is as I was trying to escape from him, I might have been using the Shield of Cthulhu, which that might have bounced me into his head. In other words, creating just like a perpetual loop where I kept trying to get out and would just be bounced back into it. Which again, this sort of thing happens in Terraria. Terraria's hitboxes are kind of weird like that, and that's why you never typically want to get trapped inside of an enemy or even be close to an enemy. Dodging is your first and best option to get out. Okay, so let me pull out all the stops here. The nurse is still over there though. If I had managed to get anywhere close to her, that wouldn't have been a thing. And again, just the sheer fact that that happened is kind of a fluke coincidence that sometimes happens. Actually, I'm going to keep the cloud. I need to just remember how it works. Make sure I don't use it dumbly. Alright, I'm back over here. Need to make sure to also use my slime mount if possible. Oh, he doesn't respawn that fast, does he? Can I not attempt this until another night has passed? Oh, that's really unfortunate if that's the case. I might not be able to attempt it again because I have to wait for tomorrow. That is a pain in the butt. God dang, Skeletron. Piece of junk. Skeletron is the first wall you kind of hit when you start fighting in Terraria. And especially in expert mode, it's a real pain in the butt. I'm not going to be able to fight him again until tomorrow's night. Which will be a while from now. So I'm going to head over to the jungle and I'm going to start looking for another anklet of the wind. Okay, that is not what I wanted to do. I need to remember to not have that selected almost ever. What is it? If I can get an anklet of the wind, that means I can get lightning boots, and despite what it might seem like, lightning boots do make you move a lot faster than this. So, would be beneficial to have a pair. Getting your hands on them is almost critical to success, but not always. You can of course get mounts, and that kind of replaces the need for boots, but at the same time, a mount is far better usually, because it doesn't take up an accessory slot, and losing an accessory slot to a movement item, of course, reduces your damage, and means that you can't really put out as much damage, because you could have later on a lot more damage in those situations. What did I die to there from? Something or other. I guess I could try and take on Queen Bee again if we manage to find another hive. But it would have to be near that arena that we created. Fighting Queen Bee outside of an arena of any sort would just be a bad idea all around. I would like some sort of success though. If I had brought bottles with me, we could probably fight Queen Bee just anywhere, because can make an Abeemination. Where did that come from? Dang bees. Yeah, an Abeemination just summons Queen Bee the same way other boss summoning items do. Every boss does have a boss summoning item, so it's definitely not unusual to use those to summon the boss so you can get the items, or just to fight them in general if you don't have the thing that was originally meant to spawn them. Skeletron does as well, but getting his I think actually requires us to be in the dungeon, so you can't get his until you defeat him, so he's just kind of a pain in the butt. Just generally not a fun dude. It's truly funny. When you're by yourself, Skeletron is so much more difficult than when you have a group of people with you. When you're playing Terraria in a group, Skeletron is just so much easier, just in general. Because he'll only typically follow around one player, and that just makes it much easier for the rest of the players to just lay into him during that time. But I do not have help, and I'm all on my lonesome here, so I've got to make do. It's not like expert mode is impossible, of course. It's just definitely not the easiest thing in the world. Let's see. Get me out of this hole. Kill that guy. I thought it was up and around this way, but you know what? I'm gonna do what I should have done originally when I was over here. God dang bees. I'm just gonna cut a hole through here. There should just be a hole right here. That should have been done initially. Oh yeah, no more bee times here, huh? So I'll just head around. God, bloody hornets. I don't even really need anything from these hornets, and it's just why it's kind of annoying to deal with them. Because they're just in my way. They're just causing me problems. Alright, I'm just gonna kill my way across here. Kill that one. Kill this man-eater, and then go across here. Over into the shadowy area over here. To see what I can see. There's a life crystal right there. I do not need it, but I will get it anyway. There's another life crystal right next to it too. What are the odds? Is that a railway down there? It appears to be a railway. Kill one, and another one takes its place. Eventually we will have good enough weapons that these enemies will just be kind of a joke to us. But that's nowhere in the current time. I wouldn't say they're exceptionally difficult, since we managed to get our hands on our laser gun or our space gun. It is currently morning time right now. If I don't manage to get myself killed by any stupid crawdads, that crawdad took like almost 200 health in that short amount of time. Let's see, let's put down some torches. See if we can't find anything. There are of course multiple hives all throughout the jungle, so that wasn't the only one that we could find that would have a queen bee larva in it. It's just that was the one that was the most convenient because it was the closest to our boss arena there. Honestly, though, at this point, it really is best for us just use an Abeemination. Summon Queen Bee that way instead. That way we don't have to worry about getting ourselves killed by anything silly now. What? Crazies. die to this jungle slime. See, yep. That was unfortunate. Mondo, unfortunate. Well, what to do now? What to do? Typically, I would honestly just want to scrap this entire episode and call it a wash, but I think if I have to struggle, you guys should probably have to see that too. I'm just not going to put you through trying to watch me gather a bunch of materials like plants and whatnot, because that's just me running back and forth. Yeah, next time I'm going to give Skeletron another try. And if I can't manage to get him in the next try, then I will probably just do a supercut and do a bunch of different tries and then just cut them all together. And just kind of bash my head against him until I manage to kill him, because I know I can do it, it's just I'm really not having very good luck with him. And sometimes luck is all that matters. But until next time, goodbye.